It's time for the Southern Derby at the IPL. It's Bangalore versus Chennai. Bangalore are knocking on the doors of a playoff confirmed spot, whereas for Chennai, it's been an absolute nightmare. But on Whirlpool presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, Sanjay ji and Gautam ji have been reunited. We've got a 5-point agenda on this preview. The first one, gentlemen, I'll go to Gautam first. Aaron Finch needs to step up. Gautam, 10 matches, 221 runs. They've given him a long rope. It hasn't worked. Is it time to make that change? Because he's got to step up if they continue to play him.
See, from Aaron Finch's point of view, he's very fortunate that RCB is doing really well. Had RCB not been doing really well, obviously they could have thought about Moeen Ali. But then when you're doing well, you don't want to fix something which is obviously it's broken, but you don't want to change the combination. So they might just persist with it.
Right, Sanjay, back Finch for another game or make that change straight away since you're entering the business phase?
As far as RCB is concerned, he has surprisingly not got runs because he came into the IPL with good form. And it's about getting out. You know, when somebody gets out in a certain fashion, it worries you. And the way he's been getting out, missing balls by 6 to 8 inches, sometimes it just worries you. But fingers crossed for RCB that he, gets it, cracks the code in the hopefully next couple of games. But yes, his form is worrying.
For Chennai, this season, in history, they've done very well, but this season has been an absolute nightmare for them. Should they now continue to persist with Gaikwad and Jagadisan? We believe they should.
And Dhoni has actually hinted that he's going to back those players because Watson didn't play the last match. Both of them played in the last game. So whatever was left, and there is a very, very small mathematical chance that they'll get into the playoffs. So I think it's a no-brainer. Dhoni will play those two young players.
Gautam, look at the next season and back these youngsters?
I don't know. I don't think so. Unless and until they do something really, really splendid, unless they get 100 or a consistent 2 or 3 half centuries, they might just persist with them. But I don't think so. They're going to be part of it. But sorry to say this, but they don't look a T20 player. They don't look T20 kind of, especially IPL kind of players as well. So I think there's going to be a complete overall revamp of the entire squad. So there are again 2 opportunities for these 2 guys. If they can do something really well, they might just get a nod. Probably they might just get picked in the auction by CSK.
Right, much to look at for the Chennai Super Kings. But in this game, now there's someone who waited for almost 10 games before he got an opportunity. That young man called Imran Tahir. Now, assuming he plays in this game, Sanjay, should he be bowling in the power play for Chennai?
See, Imran Tahir kind of bowlers aren't that threatening to an Indian batting lineup. You know, let's be very honest. He actually fired pretty well in the Caribbean Premier League. And Piyush Chawla, Karan Sharma have been used before Imran Tahir. But it's worth a shot. Chahar will bowl with the new ball because he's been fantastic in a losing cause for his team. So he'll bowl with the new ball. Imran Tahir, if they've got him in, might as well use him to make some kind of an impact at the start.
Let's ask the successful IPL captain what he'd do with Imran Tahir in this game.
See, yeah, it's a tough one because, I don't know, you want to take wickets after 6 overs as well. And then you've got someone like Josh Hazelwood. Probably you've picked because now Dwayne Bravo's not there. So obviously Deepak Char is a obvious choice to start off with. And especially MS bowls 3 overs in the first 6. So probably one. I don't think so you can start with Imran Tahir because, look, the problem with CSK is that who's going to take wickets in the middle overs? Jadeja hasn't looked that threatening. Piyush Chawla has struggled. Karan Sharma has been very hot and cold. So it is up to now Imran Tahir. So probably what MS does is if there is some swing, he starts with probably Sam Curran or Josh Hazelwood with Deepak Char and then bring in Imran Tahir in the middle overs.
On to Bangalore again. We believe Bengaluru should find a place for Shivam Dube. And now, he's played 8 games. He's done all right. Bowls a couple of overs as well. But is there a case for Dube to come in for either a Gurkhirat or a Washington Sundar? Sanjay?
There were signs that he was finding some form. And this guy hasn't played for a while. And you could see that, his face was carrying more smiles as the innings progressed. He was batting in the company of Virat Kohli. So all that would be wasted if the next game he's dropped. So he's got some confidence, and all these little doses of confidence, works miraculously for certain players. You've seen what happened with Tewatia. So they should continue with Gurkhirat. My views on all-rounders for the sake of having all-rounders. So I like this particular balance that they have at the moment, where they're focused on having good batsmen and good bowlers.
Gautam, unfortunate for Shivam Dube, but this current combination seems to be working for RCB.
No, absolutely. And when you talk about someone like Washington Sundar, he's probably the player for the RCB. We keep talking about people like AB de Villiers year after year, Chris Morris, Virat Kohli. But look at what he's done for RCB. Bowled all the tough overs in the first 6 overs. He's bowled really well to some of the big hitters like Watson, Faf du Plessis, probably the most economical spinner in the competition. And then he can contribute with the bat. So I feel that this is probably the right combination because they've got bowlers who can take wickets up front. And I think they should persist with this rather than just make a change for the heck of it.
Right, our final point, Gautam, is on Isuru Udan and how he seems to be underutilized. He's played 8 matches. He's bowled 24 overs so far. Should they consider replacing Isuru Udana?
Yeah, I don't think so. See, even if he's been underused, if you pick Moeen Ali, he will be underused as well. You will not change the batting lineup. How will you use him? You've got Chahal, you've got Washington Sundar. At least it has a completely different variation. You've got something in your armory. You've got a variety in your attack. You've got a left arm seamer who can probably bowl in the death as well. If there are 2 right-handers, he can bowl those wide Yorkers as well. So probably it's nice to have that kind of a problem for a captain where there is more variety in the attack. So it doesn't make any sense.
Sanjay?
See, they've got 3 seamers, Mohammad Siraj, Saini, and Morris. All 3 of them doing really well. So Udana gives a completely different, option, change of angle. He takes the pace off as well, which the other 2 don't do as much. So he gives a different option. So I don't think there'll be any need to make that change. And plus, he's not coming at the cost of the batting becoming suddenly very hollow. So no, I don't think that should happen. And it's unlikely that will happen.
RCB need to seal their spot in the playoffs, whereas Chennai are looking for something to smile, but with a smiling face. It's time for me to thank Gautam Gambhir and Sanjay Manjrekar for joining us on Whirlpool Presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.